Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're doing the Auric programming journey, and tonight we're on number 9, Chakra Function, which is the chakras. So this can be used for probably just about any condition, but especially when you're doing work with like the chakra blends, working with the colored blends like blue healer, green healer, um, any of the vibrational work. It could always be good. You're basically tuning up how the energy body is functioning. And so, there's different chakra systems. Sometimes there's 7, sometimes there's 8 or 9, sometimes there's 11. So depending on which chakra system you're using, it would work for all of that. And let's just be very clear what a chakra is. It's an energetic pumping station that is in different parts of your body. And each pumping station has specific functions in the body and your emotions, your thoughts, and your spiritual connection. And what differentiates an energy center in an animal for us to be able to call that a chakra is there is an aspect of God within each of the chakras, where an animal is like associated with like an oversoul and it's this whole other thing, right? So this makes it very unique to a person. So when we do the Auric program itself, we're working the energetic mold or blueprint that eventually physicalizes into the body. And so here we're working the energetic mold or blueprint that eventually physicalizes as the function of the chakras themselves, which is a further materialization of the energy body. Now, the chakras are constantly pumping back and forth, like back and forth. They're constantly inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, right? And so, for the chakras to be able to function better, like spin better, and actually start to even increase in size, or if they're overregulated, overstimulated, they come back and begin to normalize. What allows this or facilitates this to happen is an increase of soul contact. So as you go through and you work this aspect of the chakra, both in the aura and then you work chakras in the body, you're increasing the energy levels, which are the fuel or gasoline for the physiological processes in the body. But that energy or that gasoline is tied to soul energy, right? So you're doing a lot when you're working with these. A lot of times in the West, we think of something as symptom oriented, but here you're just starting to work different aspects that would contribute to good health, good emotions, good thoughts and thought processes, and increase your spiritual practice or spiritual development. So there's a lot of different reasons that you could do this. And, here's the great thing with this work programming journey is we're experimenting with each and every one. So instead of having indirect experience with something that is written, you're going through and you're having an experiment and you're having direct experience with something that then you can call upon later. So let's have our little experiment tonight. So you have your chakra blend. It's just called chakras.
Yeah.
And first, we're going to start with the standard approach. Remember, this is something that can be done daily. This could be done as maintenance. This could also be mixed in with a stack with other Auric programs to do in a grouping. And so, right off the bat, we're going to begin inhaling. Your awareness is on the left side of your body, from the side of your face all the way down the left shoulder and hip, down the leg to the left outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breath. You're on the front side of the body, the face and throat, the chest, all the way down the fronts of your legs to the tops of your feet, from your face all the way down. Then the right side of your body, the whole right side, the side of your face, right shoulder, right ribs, right hip, all the way down to the outer angle. And then the back side of your body, the whole back side, back of your head and neck, your whole back, your hips, down the backs of your legs to the backs of your feet. And then just pause and be still. How does that feel to you? Yeah. Like soothing or relaxing or so it always makes me space out. Yeah, it feels like meditation or I say. Okay. So we did the standard approach. Now we're going to do the advanced approach. So you're again starting with the left side of your body. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths from the side of your face all the way down to the outer ankle on the left side. I mean, I think what's happening is you're going into like more rest and repair mode. So like even just calming down or feeling soothed, it's like you're shifting out of that part of the nervous system. Now you're moving to the back side of the body. You're on the back side of the body, the back of the head and neck, your whole back, down the backs of your legs to the heels. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your right side of your body, right side of your face, neck, shoulder, your right hips, all the way down to the right outer ankle. On the right side of the body. The front side of your body, your face and throat, your chest, all the way down to the tops of your feet. You're just being still, letting go and being still. Start inhaling again. Your awareness is on the knees. The ankles, your awareness is on the ankles. And then the soles of your feet. And then just be still. Okay, now we're going to go around the other direction, doing the quadrants. Left side of your body. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths from the side of your face all the way down to your ankle. You're on the front side of the body, from the face all the way down to the tops of your feet. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. The right side of your body, right side of your face, all the way down to the right outer ankle. The back side of the body, back of your head, your whole back, down to your heels. And then just pause and be still. And then the last little piece, your awareness is on your brain. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Move your awareness to the spine. Do your brain and spine both at the same time. How's that train you? Yeah. Your brain and spine both at the same time. And then the brain and soles of your feet, both at the same time. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And as you inhale, raise your awareness up above the ankles. As you exhale, move your awareness down into the earth. You're just pausing and being still. Notice your body, your emotions, the tension in your body. What about your thoughts? How about for you?
My thoughts were already starting to calm down just with the standard. But like by the time we got to that somatic part, that last bit, I mean, you could see I can't stop yawning.
Yeah, you are yawning like a machine gun.
Yeah. And it was just like that brain spine just like
Yeah,
hit something
yeah,
and it didn't stop.
yeah. But you feel more relaxed. I mean, you weren't wound up, but
No,
I
but I
mean,
could even feel myself like falling back in the couch
yeah,
here.
yeah. So let's go ahead and share. Unmute yourself. Type in, ask whatever questions, or do your share.
And again, these are questions and shares just for the Auric programming part, and we'll get to the regular Q&A after we do these shares and questions. Just 1 second. Go ahead, Emiliana, then Linda.
Hey,
Hey, so my question is about the advanced approach.
uh-huh.
Um, can you do more than one advanced approach in a sitting, or do you
You
recommend?
you could if the person's energy body could handle it. You know what I mean? Like if you took somebody like right off the street, it might be a little much for them. They might not be sensitive to it, but it might be a little much for them. But then on the flip side, if you need to crack open their energy body, maybe that is the case. Because like sometimes a person's field is so congested that they can handle more because it's like you're breaking through this like kind of shell. And so if the person's super sensitive or relatively sensitive, it might be a little much as well. As I talk out the person off the street, I almost say like double down and maybe do it. Do advanced stuff. I think that actually might be okay. Um, People who are doing like a lot of other treatments, like say they're on herbs or they're already doing some oil processes, getting some sort of healing. I would gauge it based on how much they're doing. If it's a moderate amount, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do uh, two advanced approaches in a week. I mean, if a person can handle it, they could do two different Auric programs in a week, advanced approach, but they could even do it twice a week. But um, a lot of people, their energy body they'll just get congested. Basically, what will happen, and so for a little bit of time that opens that up. One of the ways that you could offset that, like if they are doing more intense work, is use a little extra like mugwort or moxie to like just keep everything moving. that could actually be quite helpful. And so I would say there's kind of not a right answer or a wrong answer, but
Oh,
like when in doubt, I usually tell them to step back. But when I'm working with people one on one, I've had many people do multiple advanced approaches in a week, and then even a couple of times a week. But I almost kind of do it on a case by case basis.
thank you. And my next question is about doing an advanced approach, like one advanced approach, and then doing an auric stack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could totally do that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like that would be
There-
fine in
and the reason being that phase where we go left, back, right, front, it's really it's not just making your energy body like expel or release, but even there's a kind of energy that's down below your feet that is tied to some of your physiological processes, and it's kicking some of that out. And so if 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 you only did that once, that advanced approach, and then you did a couple of different stacks, you'd be totally okay. It's like when you start doing multiple things of where you do that reverse quadrant circulation, whatever you want to call that. It will make more come out below your feet, and your body has to like kind of process it, which it does, and then kicks it off. But you're almost like breaking up the sources of the blockages when you do that route. Depending on the person, it might come out in their arms and legs, and depending on the subject, it might come out through the organs of blood purification. Sometimes it comes out the spine, and so the stacks you could do all day long. You know, the person will probably get tired or sleepy before they could like have to stop really. You know what I mean? But that one where you do the reverse pattern,
Mhm.
that's fun. It's like, if you overdo it, you're just going to get congested. But still, sometimes that can make you a little sleepy, a little sluggish, and slow down some of the healing processes if you get, too congested.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. And if in doubt, like you can always email us and let us know. But like if you're doing processes, like if you had clients that were coming in, you were doing it, and you'd been working on 'em for a while, I mean, I would do multiple cycles of the advanced thing. But if it's maybe their first time, it might be a little bit much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, Linda, then Dorothy.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, hi. I don't really have a question tonight, but I just did want to share with you that whatever it is that we're doing with all of this, I'm really noticing a lot of, I'm going to call it strengthening of my energetic system for
Yeah.
being,
Yeah.
especially for being out in the world
Yeah.
and like in different situations where I might normally have gotten very anxious or upset or had
Right.
perhaps even a panic attack. That's not happening. And I'm
Right.
so just
Good
more,
for you. And we're
yeah.
only on what, 9? Wait till we get 29.
Yeah, but I mean this, and then I'm doing so many other practices along with it that it's really fascinating. And I'm also noticing a lot more I'm for lack of a better word, I'm going to call it telepathy. But
Yeah.
that the ability to like be understand what's being thought or said, or other people even understanding me without words. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Because if you think about it, you could talk about that a lot of different ways. For one, communication isn't just our words, it's body language and it's an energy that moves back and forth. And, cleaning up the Auric programs of the system, for one, you're kind of cleaning up the filter, but you also gain a kind of sensitivity. Like your energy body gets refined enough to where like when it's out and touching things or people interact with it, it's actually giving you information and bringing it back to the brain to be processed. I mean, that's part of what clairvoyance is it's a refinement of, I mean, one aspect, it's a refinement of the energy body so that there's almost like these little receptors in the energy body that, you look at somebody and the energy mixes and comes back and goes bop, 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 bop in your head. you know, or an item or a situation or a picture, you know, whatever it might be. And then also, you know, like you said, like normally you might get anxious or something. Some of those things are like triggers and things, you know, like we're going to be talking about on the weekend. And we've talked about it in a bunch of different ways, but some of them are in the body in your physiology, but some of it is also in the aura. And you know, like little thought forms, little pieces of trauma, what you know, whatever it might be, little, you know, because a lot of like what we would call like dirty gray energy, like if you were to look at the aura clairvoyantly, is a lot of instinctive material, like you know, instinctive thoughts and instinctive reactions, and you know, there's elements and elementals and low emotional stuff, and so like when you start cleaning all that stuff up, when you have those interactions, that energy would seek out like what it is or be attracted to what it is. And so as you clean that up, you're able to start moving around in public, and there's not the little Velcro things that you hit as you go through a crowd or a person or whatever. And so it does change things. I would say, um, you know, at times when you stimulate clairvoyance without like refining the energy body and you go out in public, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Like you know, just for a while, but it gets to be like too like overstimulating. You know what I mean? Like you're having to process things and there's just sensitivities and you know the body's a little reactive. But when you really refine the aura and you're getting out those pieces of information for whatever reason, it's not overstimulating. It's just like I would say the biggest struggle for me, and I would say that I mean this is why it's even in the four directions is you know we tend to have like our thought processes that we engage. And when you're out and about, just to be observing. And when you have to think, you think, but you're really observing and you're processing this information. And it's like kind of like passing through you. And you know, you're making your adjustments however you need to make. But it's not like you go, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this, and then I'm gonna walk over there and go to the store. You just start doing those things and reacting and adjusting. And you know, I would say sometimes I don't even know why at the moment, but then looking back 5 minutes later, I'll go, oh, that's why I did that. You know, oh, like, you know, but you're processing information that is more than just of the senses. You know, so you are taking in, you know, okay, there's a group of people here and everybody's super stressed out or everybody's angry or you know what I mean? You like, you're going through a crowd and they're like that person looks a little creepy, but you don't even think about it like that. You just go stay away from that. And you know, you just kind of start like weaving yourself through the interactions and
That's the way I would describe it. I feel like I'm very in the flow with things. I'm
right.
just going with things, and it's just
Yeah.
and yes, about the observation, I definitely feel like I'm really observing everything so much more without being emotionally engaged by it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And it's very helpful. I mean, with the grand
Yeah.
soap opera that's going on the planet right
Yeah.
now,
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a crazy time. I
it
mean,
is.
how long have
And it
we
is.
been saying that? But it's like it's just been a crazy time for the last like I don't know how many years.
Yeah. So thank you very much because I just wanted to let you know that I really am noticing. It's like I don't necessarily notice it individually with the different oils, but what I'm noticing is as a collective,
Right.
as a process,
Right.
some pretty amazing things are going on. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. You know, Samantha's the one that came up with doing this whole journey. And at first I was like, whoa, you know, how are we going to do it? What's it going to look like? But, you know, I started thinking about it, I was like, man, when I really work the work programs, just think about going through every one of them every week. And Yeah, I mean that's almost like a practice unto itself. And so many times we go, okay, I'm going to treat this health issue, that health issue, which is still good, but to go through and just systematically go through one thing at a time, I mean, it's kind of amazing.
It is, and I like the fact that I'm not treating an issue. I'm
Right,
just developing
right,
the energy body in different ways.
right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sam. You're brilliant.
Yeah. And then when symptoms do come up, they become easier to treat.
Mhm,
That's the thing too. It's like the more that you kind of work this stuff.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, part of what happened for me on Saturday night was a rather uncomfortable and harrowing situation in downtown Portland, culminating in my falling, and my body has been healing so fast.
right.
It's amazing.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
amazing. Yeah.
I was
So
just going to try to come up with like some example of that, but that's perfect example. Like I should have been a lot more hurt and jacked up than I am. Like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so thank you, thank you,
Good,
thank you.
good, good.
And then go ahead, Dorothy. And then I think we'll, after Dorothy, I didn't have any real chat ones, so you can raise your hand and we'll go into our regular Q&A. But please go ahead, Dorothy.
Hey, hey.
Hey, I thank you both for doing this with us also. Uh, anyway, I wanted to comment on this particular blend. Uh,
Mhm.
so it says in the list that we can directly apply it to the chakras.
Sure.
And so I had ordered a roller ball of this blend. And lots of days when I wake up, if I just don't quite feel like myself or my
Mhm.
energy's a little low, I'll put that on. I'll drink coffee and before I take a bath and get dressed, and I can really tell a difference, Greg.
Oh, I bet.
Can,
Yeah, good
yeah,
for you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Uh,
So where's your favorite spot to be kind of be putting it when you do?
Sorry. Well, my body tends to get migraines, or if it's not a full migraine, it might be pressure. So I'll
Mhm.
start with the Ming Me.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
actually, I mentioned in Saturday's class that I had started the morning with the migraine. So I put some blue healer on body tonic on the Ming Man, and then I put the chakra blend on there. But
Yeah, yeah,
anyway,
good
but
job.
but I
Good job.
usually also put it on the heart and the solar and the navel. Uh,
Good.
but I wanted to ask. I was thinking, one of your oldest blends is the chakra root
Mhm.
cleanser, the root cleanser. So I just occurred to me, what do you think? Would it be even more helpful to layer the chakras blend with the
Yeah,
CRC?
so one of the things that you could do is you could put the like the chakra blend on, the areas that you wanted to do. And then you could inhale that and you could direct it to a specific area or you just inhale it.
It held the CRC.
Yeah, yeah. And even do the quadrants with the CRC.
Oh,
Because it's the thing with the chakra root cleanser is it's about breaking up blockages in the body.
okay.
And so it's a good way to like you've stimulated the chakras to be, functioning at a higher rate, and then you start breaking up the blockages. And it's like, the more that you bring in like a higher quality of essence, it will begin to shift the structure or the form. So it could be a body part, it could be an area that needs healing, it could be a joint, it could be whatever. And so, say you even had like elbow that was bothering you, you maybe you put it on the throat and the solar plexus but you could even dab a little bit on the elbow so
Okay.
the minor chakra starts functioning better. So anywhere where there's a chakra, and then, the chakras go down to minor chakras, and then the minor chakras go down to meridians, and like it just keeps going like that. So it would go up and down that scale.
Okay, so we're talking about applying the chakras blend in an oil, say the roller ball,
yeah, to
on all those.
yeah,
But
and
then
then do
but then
the
I was
quadrants
going
with the CRC.
and
Yeah.
then do okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so, I'm sorry, I was talking. So the CRC, as we said, I could do the side, the aura. But did you say inhale the CRC on the
The
chakras
quadrant,
on
right.
okay.
No, on the quadrants, on the quadrants.
Okay,
Mhm.
just the quadrants. That's
Yeah, I
all
would
for
just
the
do the quadrants.
CRC.
Yeah, I just do the quadrants.
Okay, well, what about I do have the spray. I
Sure.
mean, would that the CRC spray, would that be helpful
Like
to
a quick fix for the aura.
yeah, that's
Perfect.
trying
Yeah,
to be kind of quick.
sure.
All right, but other than the quadrants of the aura, there's no other place you
Oh
would
no, there's all kinds of
inhale the
applications, but
CRC.
there's all kinds of applications, but I'm just trying to make it not too complicated.
Right,
Like
right.
with what you're talking about, that's a good combination.
Okay.
Like taking a salt bath would be a good combination, like you said, using the spray.
Okay.
You can use it on the body and the areas and organs and things like that, directing it with sustained inhalation.
Okay.
But for what you're trying to do there, and it sounds like it's kind of like maintenance and a little bit of treatment, like that, the chakras, applying them, I'd still do the chakra quadrant, the standard version, but throw in the CRC with that as well. And then, like say, you're trying to address the migraine thing, you could inhale a little CRC into the kidneys or something like that, or the spine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You could inhale it into an area, but without making it a super complicated 2-hour process.
Right.
Like here it sounds like it's part of your day, you want to spend 15-20 minutes doing something, feeling better, and then move on. And so that's why I was trying to keep it simple like that.
Well, yeah, that was my goal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it just occurred to me that
Yeah.
adding the CRC to the chakras blend might, enhance the effect more. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went through, and like the Auric program is the program, but remember the Sandalphon technique plays into the Auric program.
Oh, yeah.
The Auric waves and all those pieces. And we are going to come around and visit that again in a little while. But it will be all the different classes will be organized into one thing for you guys to be able to just go through and look at. The Auric programming will be the main thing, but it's kind of like how here you have an advanced approach. There will be like an advanced approach of working the aura. But with all the information that we got going, and they're all kind of, the pieces are coming together. Like I don't want to keep throwing so much at everybody, so we're just trying to do these little pieces that get digested, and then we move to the next thing. But the Auric program, we are going to be visiting those aspects, redoing like all the Aura classes, like 2.0 versions, and talking about how they integrate and doing mashups and all of that stuff. So all those old classes they're not going away. They're coming back around again, kind of in full force here in a few months.
Okay. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much
you're
for
so
all of
welcome.
these wonderful
Yeah, you're so
classes.
welcome.
And that does complete the Auric and somatic programming. Our journey for tonight. Next week is going to have cholesterol support as your oil. So have that handy for next week. And thanks for being here for today. And let's